Okay, listen, just hear me out. I know the title of the video is a bit weird, and I know I don't really do these types of videos too often, scripted or unscripted, but I had always thought about this comparison really ever since the ending of Valencia Part 2 had came out back in 2016. You know, when Kane unveiled his ultimate plan to go to El Dorado, become the perfect being, and eventually destroy the spiral and rebuild it anew, wiping out pretty much every pirate in existence. Yeah, spoilers, my bad. Anyway, Pirate 101, as you all know, is one of my favorite games, and one of its best features is its intriguing storyline. But what is one absolute must-have for an amazing storyline? That's right, an equally amazing villain. That's where Kane comes in. The good old supreme commander of the Armada, the man with the plan, the absolute homicidal perfectionist maniac robot. I mean, what's not to like about the guy? Anyways, of course, he is the main antagonist for pretty much the entirety of Pirate 101, posing as a scary threat to our pirate ever since he was name dropped sometime after we find Gun's treasure. Anyways, you don't care about that. You want to know why our character, the supposed hero of the story, the one who eventually defeats Kane, is actually very similar to him. The guy who will use any means necessary to get what he wants. Which conveniently enough brings me to my first point. Both the pirate and Kane are extremely driven when it comes to achieving their goals. Keep in mind, our goals themselves are actually very similar to Kane's, minus pirate genocide and all that. But seriously, when you take a look at what Kane has done to acquire pieces of Marco Polo's map and what we, as pirates, have done, you'll soon come to realize we aren't so different at all. Of course, there are some notable differences between our two characters. Of course, Kane isn't human like us. As such, he has no emotions and operates on pretty much cold logic. Also, he runs the literal armada, who has done more damage to the spiral to such a magnitude that our pirate could never achieve with such a small crew. But anyways, back to my point about long-term goals in this game. Our pirate's goals are actually pretty in line with Kane's up until a certain point. I mean, we both want the map, we both want to go to El Dorado, where we would both discover unlimited resources, ending up becoming some of the most powerful and wealthy beings in the spiral. To do this, both the pirate and Kane have done horrendous deeds in order to contribute to achieving these goals, most notably slaughtering anyone or anything that gets in the way. Kane doesn't care about what he has to do in order to get the pieces of the map so long as he gets the map, and I'd argue the same is also true for our pirate. What I'm getting at is, neither of us are morally sound people. I suppose that depends on your definition of morally sound, but since we're a pirate, it's not like I expect our character to be very morally sound in the first place. In fact, there are instances in the storyline where our crew has actually stepped in and told us we might have gone a little too far. These instances include kidnapping Governor Stanley's daughter, as well as, let's say, when we look upon the ruins of the Isle of Fetch in Marleybone. Which, I also want to go on a bit of a tangent here. Our pirates started a fucking war just to try to get Catbeard's piece of the map. A war in which many Marleybonians were slaughtered and many different parts of Marleybone were destroyed. Plus, we put the entirety of the world of Marleybone, which includes Marleybone City, the one that we visit in Wiz, at risk of being obliterated by the hands of the Armada. This wasn't even the Armada's fault. We were the ones that started it. We were the ones that put all of those lives at risk. I mean, this is all damage that we caused. For both our pirate and Kane, the map is justification enough to pretty much do whatever we want to whoever we want, since in the end, both of us are doing what we think is right. And what is right is acting in our own self-interests. Which brings me to my next point. Both the pirate and Kane are incredibly selfish. The whole end goal of El Dorado, I mean, it's for the sole purpose of benefiting ourselves. Sure, you could argue that the pirate would share the spoils with his crew, but that's probably only because there would be an uprising or rebellion otherwise. And keep in mind, we're not going to El Dorado because it will benefit the spiral and the inhabitants that live in it. We're not going to donate that gold to, God, I don't know, the Skull Island Trust Fund Republic or whatever. No, we're going to keep it for ourselves and screw anyone else. Right, so we want to go to El Dorado for the sole reason of becoming rich and powerful. And Kane pretty much wants to do the same thing. Although he isn't very interested in the gold itself, the point is he's only going there for himself. He wants to become the perfect being and then conquer all who oppose him and establish a new spiral. No, our pirate isn't very interested in ruling over others. However, the reason why we even want to go to this lost city of gold is completely and utterly selfish. One might also argue that our pirate along the way in our quest helps out tons of different people with their issues and tasks presented before him. But I'd argue he's only doing that so he can get closer and closer to the map, closer and closer to that end goal of becoming rich and powerful. Furthermore, Kane also helps out different people in his quest for the map pieces. For example, he supplies weaponry to General Tso's army to help aid them in their military conquest. And the only reason why that is deemed immoral is because the game said so. In conclusion, I really do think both Kane and the pirate are very similar. They are 100% two sides of the same coin, but I do believe Kane is more of a reflection, though, of the much darker side of the pirate that is definitely exaggerated, but it's still there. But in the end, both individuals are the heroes of their own story on a similar quest in which the justification of their actions is scarily alike. But anyways, that is pretty much going to be it for this video. I really hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, you could always leave a like or subscribe if you want more videos like this in the future. It took a little while to write the script, so it would be appreciated, but you don't have to. Anyways, that is going to be all from me, everybody. Let me know your opinions in the comments down below because I feel like topics like this are extremely interesting and I want to hear your thoughts. But that'll be it from me. See you guys in the next video or stream, whenever that may be. And take care, everyone. And peace out.